Hey House family, welcome to the House Training. My name is Trent Nethery and I'm one of the audiovisual coordinators. We're so glad that you've chosen to be a part of this team and we're looking forward to getting to know you. On this channel, you'll find lots of training videos over various areas of service. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask your team leader. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be going over the basics of our brand new live streaming system. We're super excited to have this system up and running. We've been working for several months on getting everything together, and it's finally up to the point where we can use it, so that's super exciting. So just for training purposes, I'm going to be going over the basics of that system, how it works, and all the equipment that we use in order to accomplish live streaming. So as you can see on the screen here, I have OBS Studio open. OBS is our main stream encoder, and that is going to be the service that we use in order to transfer our video and audio feeds over to YouTube, and hopefully soon we will use Facebook Live to get our live streaming out on the internet. I'm hoping in the future we will be able to have a link on our website, welcometothehouse.com, in order to have the live stream available there for anyone that logs into the house. They can see what we do here at the church, so that's exciting. So as you can see here, I have OBS open. On the left, you have your preview screen. This is the main block you see here. I have the pre-service slide loop going right now. This is similar to what we run at the church on our ProPresenter. It's just a few slides of basic information about the church. So anytime when we start our stream, before worship begins or before our message or whatever is going on, this will be what shows up. So if you're logging in and you are just waiting for the stream to start, this is going to be your pre-service scene, essentially. On the right side here, this is our output screen. As you can see right here, I have the screen capture going on with all the mini windows showing up. This is what is actively, in this case, I'm just recording to the computer, but if I was streaming, this would be going to the internet right now. So that's going to be our main output. In order to switch from our preview screen to our output screen, we have our transition options here. Here we have cut, which is just a quick transition. We have a 700 millisecond fade and a 500 millisecond fade. The 700 millisecond fade is 70% of a second. So that gives you an idea of how fast that is. 500 milliseconds is half a second. So you can just choose which type of fade is best for you. If you wanted to create a new fade option, you can do that. You could click add transition, click cut or a fade, and change how long you want it to be. Over here on the far left, we have our scenes bar. This is essentially folders of what we have to set up in our preview. So here you can see that the pre-service is highlighted. If I click on worship, this just brings up the wide view angle of our camera. This shows the full stage. Click on message. This is a zoomed in version of that, so it just will show the speaker on the stage. We have wireless, which is a setup that I have for a mobile camera. We'll get to that later. It's not quite ready to use yet, but hopefully that'll be there. This is our new scene. I just have everything set up. As you can see, that's just where the screen capture is. We have the logo, which is just an image that you can put up. You have your lower third, which is going to be your couple options for lower thirds that we have in here. This is just a quick one I made for the purposes of testing. I hope that we can add some more pretty soon and get some cool graphics going on a live stream. And then we have our screen capture scene. Alright, real quick I'm going to go through our equipment that we have for our live stream. So right up here mounted to the wall, we have our Canon Vixia HF-G20 video camera. This is mounted just to it happens to be a security camera wall mount, which works perfectly for our purposes. It has a HDMI out port, as you can see right here, and then we have our cable that's plugged into that. The wall adapter, our power, is coming in through the back, and that just stays plugged in all the time. So I just have it turned on right now, and it just always stays right there, and that'll be what we use for live streaming. Right here is our Blackmagic Ultra Studio Express. We have the breakout cable, which is right here, and this is our audio in. Here we have our left and right audio cables. This just comes directly from the soundboard right into the breakout section of our Blackmagic Ultra Studio. We have our HDMI in from the camera. And here we have our Thunderbolt out from the Blackmagic Ultra Studio. And that goes to our Mac Mini right here, where we have our OBS Studio set up. On our soundboard, we are currently using the Lobby Mix for our live stream. This is controlled just the same way as any other auxiliary input we have that we use for our ears. So for the Lobby Mix, I just want to make sure that this is set to post mix, and this allows it to be controlled and sound the same as if I were sitting in the auditorium listening to a speaker, listening to worship. Our output is controlled with this knob here. If I want to change the mix, I'll hit the mix button. This will bring up all my options. I have all of the instruments, just like any other ear, that I can control. If I click it again, I go over here. This is my tape in. This allows our Spotify sound to be heard through our live stream, so we want to make sure that that's turned up. This is just split out, as I mentioned before, just a left and right audio cable that goes into our Blackmagic. The next section of OBS I want to talk about is our sources section. As you can see, there's a few options. We're under the worship scene right now, and this is what the sources are inside the worship scene. It's like a folder with different objects in it. So our audio input capture is what we have right now. It's the Blackmagic device that you're hearing. Our watermark, I can turn it on and off with this little I button here. And then Blackmagic device is our camera feed, and we want to leave that on all the time. If I head over to message, you can see that we have a couple more options. We have our text options here. If I double click that, it brings up a text box, which allows me to change whatever that says. So in this case, this is like a subtitle. So I can change, if I have, in this case, I have it set up for when Stephen is speaking. So he is our lead pastor, so I'll change that there. I can change what that says. Oops, here we go. Okay. And then on the next one is our name title. So in this case, Stephen Sexton. Notice all I have to do is type in this text box. I don't have to change anything else. Click OK when it's good. We have our lower third that's in there right now. If I click that, I'll go ahead and turn off the watermark, and that brings up our lower third. I can bring up my text and subtitles. And now I'm happy with this scene, and I'll click transition, and that'll be live on the live stream or the recording. And then when I'm ready to change that again, I can go turn everything off, turn on the watermark, turn off the lower third, click transition again, and we have this scene that'll show up in our output. Down here we have our desktop video set up, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is our controller for our Ultra Studio Express, as we can see here. Now I shouldn't be having to mess with this as it's set up as a default, so whenever I turn the computer on, it should automatically connect and shouldn't be a problem. If I click here, it'll bring up all my information, so video output. We want to keep it at this because this is what our camera is running. Video input, we're going to keep it at HDMI because we have our camera coming in via the HDMI port. We won't be using component or composite or S-Video or SDI, anything like that. It'll just be HDMI. Audio, we should be set on analog because we have our left and right audio signals coming through our breakout cable with the RCA jacks. We shouldn't have to worry about anything else. We'll click save and close that out, and that's how we control our Ultra Studio. Our next piece of software is called Blackmagic Media Express. This comes with the Ultra Studio. This is just like a pre-software. If it runs in the background with OBS, OBS will not work. So we want to make sure that this is closed and we don't want to open this up. But for troubleshooting purposes, this is the second step of input. So if we plug in our Blackmagic Ultra Studio, the signal goes to desktop video, then to Blackmagic Media Express, and then to OBS. So if we're having issues with the order of inputs, like we're having problems, we'll go check each of these one at a time and make sure that things are working properly. Sticky note here that gives some instructions on how to set everything up, how to start things up. This is a link to details for Facebook. This is essentially how to do it with YouTube, but I have it set up right now where all we have to do inside OBS is just come over here and click the Start Streaming button, and then we'll be live on the internet, so not too hard at all. To set up YouTube, I have Google Chrome open. This will automatically open when you start Google Chrome. You'll have the house website, Facebook, and YouTube. This will bring you to the main YouTube channel of the house. This is what we use for our live streaming. You'll come over here, click on live streaming, and it'll bring up this page like this, which shows our live feed. As you can see right now, our live streaming is offline. If I were to come over in OBS and click Start Streaming, it would show up here, it would be green, and it would say online, now streaming. It's about a 4-second delay or so, which gives us some time. If we have any issues, we can stop streaming before it's sent out to the internet. On YouTube, after the stream is over, within about an hour or so, it will be saved as a YouTube video on our channel. So you can go back at any time and watch the stream, the full-length stream from start to finish. Thanks for tuning in. We're so glad that you want to be a part of this team. We look forward to helping you grow as a leader in our church, and we're always looking for ways to improve our teams and our systems. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.